What's the dumbest thing your significant other has said or done? She told me she only waxes her legs because if you shave one hair, then it splits and two grow back in its place. I asked him to plant a baby tree in the back garden. The next day I saw it and thought it looked strange. Walked up and it had been planted upside down. He thought the roots were tiny limp branches. Laughed for days. As I'm in labor with our daughter, my husband asks, do you want her to have an innie or an outie belly button? Weird question, but whatever. So I tell him I don't mind, either way, both are cute. And then he says, yeah, but when the doctor asks, which should we pick for her, he thought when they clamp the umbilical cord, parents tell the doctor the type of belly button they prefer. He's really smart, I promise. I'll answer for my wife. I had gone to Home Depot to pick up a trailer hitch ball for my truck. I didn't realize that they had different shaft sizes, and I didn't know which size I needed. So I called my wife and this conversation took place. Me, are you at the house? Her, yeah. Why? Me, can you go out to the driveway and measure the hole in the bumper of my truck? It should be either 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. There's a pause. Her, isn't your truck with you? Yes. Yes it was. That was how I had gotten to Home Depot. I forgot. One time my husband called me at work. Babe, you're gonna be mad. I made a mess, but don't worry, I'll fix it. I didn't even ask, just sighed, because he is basically Lucy from I Love Lucy. When I got home a little bit later, it was to a living room covered in gray powder. My husband completely filthy, with a trash bag and broom and a super panicked look on his face. Turned out he'd decided to help around the house and wanted to clean the fireplace. He'd just decided the best way to do it would be to stand in front of it with a trash bag and use the leaf blower to blow the ashes in. Spoiler, that doesn't work. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but I laughed my ass off, and it's still one of my favorite weird things he's done. My girlfriend in college attended my graduation and afterwards says to me, man, there were a lot of people with the name Lottie each time someone was given their degree. It was announced whether they were graduating cum laude or not. My girlfriend thought America's largest family graduated from university with me that day, the Lottie family, and they all looked unrelated. My husband and I were at Canadian Tire and they had tiny examples of tents, basically looked like they were made for Barbie dolls, and the pricing for each underneath. He turned to me shocked and asked, why are these so expensive for such tiny tents? I almost died laughing. My now ex-girlfriend got a Polaroid camera for Christmas. Jokingly, one day I said, does it take videos? And she very seriously said, I'm sure it does, but I haven't tried that feature yet. I'm imagining instead of a photo popping out, it just starts spitting out frame after frame of movie reel. She seriously thought if she took a video it would print out like a GIF, like a Harry Potter photo. We were on a walk in a rural area with lots of farmers' fields full of sheep and cows. She looks off to a field in the distance, turns around to me and says, why do they keep birds in a field? Edit. Worded badly, they were actually birds in the field, but it was in fact an empty field with birds just hanging out, and she thought it was some kind of bird farm. Haha. Look at all those chickens, points at geese. As we were driving along the road, we saw a horse with its head over a gate. We slowed down. She opens the window and says, moo. And now that horse is telling all his friends about the time he was yelled at by a cow as it was driving down the road. I love my husband, but I have watched him empty a vacuum cleaner bag into a wire wastebasket. I, on the other hand, am frequently unable to remember common words and have to resort to saying things like the box you put stuff in to make it cold. My boyfriend thought that a sushi roll was a cross-section of a raw eel. Amazing how nature do that. Damn, nature, you tasty. Tried to make baked potatoes in the microwave for the first time. Wrapped them in tin foil. came to ask me why there were lightning bolts in the microwave and why was it getting very hot. We were driving one day and were stopped at a red light. She's looking at a sign and the following exchange occurs. Her: what a dumb name for a street. Me: huh. What street? Her: Bone Marrow Drive. Who would name a street Bone Marrow Drive? It was a sign for a local bone marrow drive that would be taking place, not the name of the street. We still talk about it to this day. Nothing too dumb. I have a fan with different settings labeled L, M, H, for how fast the fan spins. She was looking at it and told me she set the fan to large. Edit. Thank you. Large, massive, humongous.